Netflix recently dropped season 1 of their new sci-fi drama Away, starring the incredibly talented Hilary Swank. And I am obsessed with this show, and I'm just gonna say it right now, this is probably one of my all-time favorite Netflix original series. Netflix really got it right with this series. From start to finish, this show was enticing and kept your emotions on the edge of your seat. This is the kind of show that actually keeps you away from your phone and engaged with everything that's going on in the show, and that's very rare. You can't always say that about each and every single show and each and every single episode. Now, before we continue, this review will include spoilers, so please be aware of that before you continue. Consider this your warning. Away is about 5 astronauts who are about to make history as the first people to ever land on Mars. The mission is extremely dangerous and there is a chance that they will not survive. In each episode, it seems that the crew runs into new problems. While watching this series, I'm not even gonna lie, my hands were sweating. I was so nervous. I think at some point I even said a little prayer here and there. I was legitimately nervous watching this show, and I think that's why I liked it so much, because I was easily invested into all of the characters. I thought they did such a great job with the acting, the writing, and just the overall pace of the show. Let's talk about the cast. The lead was Hilary Swank's character, Emma Green. Emma is the commander of the group, a top-notch astronaut that is also a wife and a mother. She's not only facing the toughest challenge of her life while in space, she's also trying to cope with not seeing her family. In choosing to go to Mars, they are risking everything. The journey to Mars lasts several months, and they have to be on Mars for 2 years, which means that they will have limited to hardly no contact at all with the people they love. But back to Emma. She's the strong female lead we all love to see. However, my season 2 prediction is that Emma is gonna fall in love with Ram. Now, I know that I'm jumping the gun here, but they did tease this in season 1, so I don't think I'm too far off on this prediction. But this is very complicated because Emma is happily married. She has a good, caring, and smart husband back on Earth, Matt, who is also the brains behind a lot of the tactics they use to try and stay alive. And not to mention that she has a teenage daughter, Alexis, whose life is already falling apart because her mom has gone to outer space and her dad had a stroke and now he can't walk. This show was very emotional. Be prepared for lots of drama and perhaps even some tears. Emma's whole life has gotten very complicated with this voyage to Mars, but she isn't the only one. The rest of her crew also have some interesting stories. And this was one of the things that I personally loved about the show, is that they gave all of the characters a background story and they made them all different and unique and likable, which is very important. My favorite character is Misha. He's the Russian engineer of the crew. What I liked about him is that in the beginning, he was sort of the mean one. He was the cold one. He wasn't really seeing eye to eye with Emma. And obviously, I love Emma's character. So I kind of was, against him in the beginning. However, after that adrenaline rushing spacewalk that they did, which was such a great scene, by the way, I found him to be so endearing, and if anything, the most endearing out of all the characters. And once they gave him his backstory and they talked about his daughter and his wife, I could not help but to just fall in love with his character and who he was on the show. So with that being said, I am just so heartbroken that he's the one who had to develop the space blindness. Honestly, that's the one thing of the show that I think really, really made me terribly sad, especially in the end when you see what he sees when he looks out at Mars and everything is just so blurry. Oh, this really, really broke my heart, guys. And you just know that in season 2, he's going to be completely blind. And that within itself is just going to be very, very hard to watch and very heartbreaking. And since I mentioned Ram earlier, the reason I think there's a chance he and Emma might end up together is because they seem to have a deep friendship. And after all, she will be away from her husband for 2 years, and Ram will be the only man she has near her. And I think part of her already has some feeling towards him, so I think she will be tempted. And look, I'm just gonna say, obviously, I don't want her to divorce from her husband. I'm not a homewrecker, or I don't agree with homewrecking or anything like that. But I just feel that this is the direction that they're going in, and I like Ram. Can I just say that? Am I allowed to say that? I like Ram. I'm actually kind of team Ram, which is very inappropriate to say in terms of the fact that she's a married woman. So just ignore me right now. Let's move on. And here's the thing though, I do think that Matt might end up with Melissa. Melissa, who is his and Emma's close friend. So season 2 is looking like things will get seriously complicated in the love department. And speaking of complicated love, we need to talk about Lou, the only other female astronaut on this mission to Mars. I loved the backstory for Lou. She's a devoted wife and mother. However, she has fallen in love with a woman. I think her character is the rebel. Her secret relationship is frowned upon, but she's still fighting for that love and keeping it protected. And I was so angry when China wanted her to cover her face up just because she's a woman. Oh, I was so pissed at that. But I did love the photo reveal at the end, and her visor is up. You can see her face, and she is front and center of that photo. I thought that was a nice big FU, but at the same time, I'm now worried about how they're going to retaliate against her in season 2, because you just know they're going to have to. I mean, you saw that woman's face. She was pissed when she saw that photo. And so I am a little bit concerned that maybe Lou won't be getting the happy ending that we all think she should be getting. I just feel like it's not gonna happen for her. The other crew member, Kwesi, he's the more sweet, non-problematic of the crew members. His backstory wasn't as interesting as the rest, but I do like him. However, I am curious as to how they're gonna add to his character come season 2. One of the other cool things about this show is that it really makes you think about our position on Earth and how non-existent we are when it comes to the universe and the importance of studying a planet like Mars. This whole thought scared and intrigued me at the same time. There were also so many things shown on a way that I never really thought about when it comes to how astronauts have to live in outer space and the things they have to go through. So overall, I'm just gonna say that I love this show. I highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for something that is so easy to watch and keeps you engaged and entertains the entire time. I mean, I started this one night and I finished it like the next day, and all I wanted to do when I wasn't watching it was watch the show, because that's how good I thought this show was. Have you seen the show? If you have, go ahead and let me know what your thoughts were on it in the comments section below. Who are some of your favorite characters, and what are some of your season 2 predictions? Whatever it is, go ahead and send me your thoughts in the comments section below. Plus, do not forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more pop culture videos and TV reviews. Until next time, I'm Denise Salcedo, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.